I was just thinking, wasn't it an argument with oh, I think Bethesda's Oblivion day and night cycle thing, where you saw characters go off to bed in the evenings, and there was an entire legal dispute about that, wasn't there?
No, I believe you're right when it comes to that. I think that caused a lot of issues because wasn't that when they were talking about too, where they wanted to sync it up to like real time, so that when you're like playing the game, freaking, it would actually show it as nighttime when it's night outside, according to like the weather and shit,
Yeah,
time of
yeah,
day. Like,
and characters reacted depending on the time of the day. You'd see characters sit down and have breakfast at 8 o'clock in the morning or something.
yeah, I remember that.
And go to work at night. Yeah.
It's
It was quite that was quite revolutionary for Bethesda. How they implemented that mechanic.
Yeah.
At the time.
Now with me, I kind of like this Nemesis system because like it changes the whole traditional experience for like the combat in games. You know what I mean? That's the one thing that really did stick out for me. It changed, like the whole meaning when it came to like each battle and stuff. So like whenever I went in to do a battle with somebody, they were always different characters and they had different characteristics in the way that they were, and there were even like enemies that where they were facing off against one another, and I had to frickin' like kill one of them, so I got to choose which one I hated the most.
But yeah.
So that was kind of cool whenever I had that dynamic on it. So that's the one thing about this mechanic that I really do see is pretty cool. I think it's probably one of the most.
Just create more. I was going to say it just creates more replayability because no two games are exactly the same.
Right. I think that's what the key words are, is the replayability. Now, I just think it's a compelling feature. And it's probably going to take off if they don't have any more issues when it comes to copyright and patents and stuff like that.
What was it? I think I've seen a modification for either Skyrim or Fallout 4 that's related to so-called artificial intelligence, where characters sort of have a life of their own based on, and can respond to you based upon previous sort of encounters.
Yeah. Now,
no, that we're in this sort of artificial intelligence era. I can sort of see, my views. I can sort of see, especially when it comes to RPGs, we're going to see a lot more sort of thing.
Yeah, that's what I said on that.
Not so much. Linear.
I actually mentioned that on the last episode that I did for this, and it's like I know how you feel about this stuff, but no matter how much this stuff makes you sick, I mean, you just have to admit that it's here, Yeah, I mean, you can be upset about it all you want. You can be all, hateful towards the term AI, whatever, dude. But you got to admit it's here. It's here for good. I mean, it might tone down a lot. Don't get me wrong. It's not going to
You
go
never know what may happen tomorrow.
Well, I mean, there's
Again, I've got no problem with the fundamental concepts. I'm just annoyed about, got frustrated about how the term is used by marketers and people that are jumping on bandwagons.
well, I mean, the thing of it is now like this can open up to a lot of good conversation here. Like maybe make about another half an hour's worth of conversation. We can start talking about deep learning and deep learning super sampling, for example, DLSS. You know about that,
I
right?
suspect this could go. This could be free for your conversation.
I mean, because like we were talking,
I've got
we were talking about NVIDIA before in a previous stream outside of the gaming one. You know what I'm saying? And I think that would probably be a good conversation for right now, considering where we're at while we were just talking about, because this deep learning super sampling is, or it was developed by NVIDIA, and it uses artificial intelligence or AI. You know what I mean? And it also uses machine learning. And like
AI AI is just a very broad terminology for a lot of things, which includes machine learning.
Well, what it's supposed to do is supposed to like upscale low resolution images and stuff in real time. And then This
is why I don't like the term AI, because it encompasses far too many elements.
It's like we've actually had a conversation about this before. It was a while ago, and I don't know for sure if we were able to get your take on it, because like our streaming for this series for this year has been horrible. So there's a good chance that freaking all you're hearing is me talking and your voice wasn't there. I think that might have been like during the time that Dave was on.
Okay, that was the year before last.
No, that was like
2 years ago.
No, that was like 4 streams ago, dude. See?
Hey, Dave
Kelso.
Hey. Sorry, yeah, I was thinking of the other Dave. Sorry. Our David Texan friend.
Yeah, Pecos. Yeah.
Yeah, Pecos. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I think we were actually having that conversation, and it was talking about this exact subject. Well, it was one of them. It was DLSS, and we started talking about how it was supposed to upscale lower resolutions for images in real time, and then it's supposed to enhance like the graphics performance for the video games, and
okay,
and maintain like high visual quality and shit. Now, when it comes to like
upscaling isn't really. Oh, that's right. I was going to say upscaling isn't really an artificial intelligence, though.
Well, they claim that's what
upscaling has been around for time.
That's what they're claiming that it is. When they're saying this, you got to realize that there's no manual work being done there. Like freaking the computer is doing it all on its own. So like,
yeah, it's just the mathematical calculations. Again, this is why I don't like the term AI, because people misuse the term. Any maths done these days must be AI. So if a computer can work out 2 + 2 = 4, that must be artificial intelligence.
Now you also have to.
So,
What about
you might
rendering
want.
though? What about rendering though? Like when it comes to real time rendering.
Again, that's just mathematical calculations, isn't it? I mean, when I was, as I pointed out in the stream, when I was creating ray traced rendering images on the Deep CB back in the late 80s, that was an artificial intelligence. That's just a load of mathematical calculations.
Yeah, but did you have to manually do anything, or was your computer doing it all, and you just had to sit there and act all cool and pretty and wave your hair back?
Well, I had to type the code. I would have to define what the shape was.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what's like taking place here. It's like and it doesn't relate to gaming, but here's a good example. Like bad AI is like Facebook. Here we're in January with the Linux users. Okay. Now, what happened was is in January, Facebook's AI decided that freaking everybody who used Linux was considered a viral threat and they had to be taken off of Facebook. Okay. And it took them an entire month to figure out this shit was going on before they could correct it. And the only reason why is because their entire infrastructure is ran strictly off of freaking computers and AI. No human whatsoever.
But technically, if you're talking about POSIX systems, that would, Linux especially, that would mean all Android users.
Well, I mean,
Android-based users as well. That's a very big mobile market, isn't it? That's a huge market.
But this quote, artificial intelligence is the one that determined they were a threat on its own and said, we're going to have to take these freaking people off of our freaking platform. Okay. That's the part that's important.
I mean, as far as mobile phone users are concerned, there's only really two operating systems. There's iOS and there's Android. iOS is based on BSD, which is a sort of alternative to Linux. Another POSIX system, and Android is actually it's based on Linux kernel. So does that mean that they removed all this AI removed all mobile phone use or mobile users?
Well, I mean, if they were Linux, they were affected.
Android, which is the biggest. I don't know. Well, internationally speaking, it's the biggest mobile or the most used mobile operating system in the world.
Now, also, if we're going to be talking about DLSS, and I've already pointed out it's a part of NVIDIA, but after that, if we're going to be talking about it, we're going to have to talk about RTX. It's the RTX line when it comes to graphics cards. Have you ever dealt with or heard anything about the RTX line?
On a technical level, I've dealt with them. I've installed a couple of cards. I think I've got one in the drawer over there, actually. But I have not really done any sort of major research into their sort of marketing and
now see,
more controversial.
This is where Tan needs to step up his game, because he was talking about this before, and he never wants to show up for any of my gaming streams. But this has to do with the tensor cores and stuff. Remember on Mine's Roundtable, he was he was talking about wanting to get into the whole subject about tensor.